I'm here. Where's everybody else? There they are. And welcome once again to your not at all regular weekly Dungeons and Derailments D&D stream. How's everybody doing this week? Good?
Good.
Grand.
Halloween just happened. That was fun.
That's the thing that happened?
love.
Otherwise, what?
Nothing.
Sounds about right. Something's missing. What's missing? Music. That's what's missing. So we'll get a little bit of sound going and then be starting back where we left off very, very soon. As I'm getting the music player going, let's have a recap of what happened last time. This week, it'll be from the perspective of Theodore.
Entry 10. We started traveling south towards the capital, Durham, on our way to some ruins. Our journey, it started to rain, and unfortunately, we had to find refuge in a fairly large inn, the Brer Doll Roadhouse. We learned while there that a town just a couple miles up the road was experiencing overgrown crops, thanks to a few local changes, including a deity. We had our own farm boy, Adri, speak with his kin, if you will, to find out some more details about what was going on. We found out that the droughts that were plaguing them were brought to an end by a god named Demiastus. He came and he brought the rain. The people abandoned Shanti in favor of this new rainbringer. We made it to the village, and we met with Ham, an outcast that refused to follow any false god. After briefly meeting with Ham, two other townsfolk brought us before the town deity, Demiastus. I quickly realized that this was no god. This Demiastus was just a spellcaster, much like myself, although he had access to a few things that I did not. He was abusing his arcane talents to take advantage of the townsfolk. I say was because we dealt with him in a sort of final kind of way. Unfortunately, after we dealt with him, we found a sigil for the Order of the Sphinx on his possessions, and I think we're gonna have to deal with that later. Hopefully, I can blame it on Omar in some kind of way. Anyway, after his death, we convinced the townsfolk that we were sent by Shanti to set the town back on the right path and fix their ways. Fortunately for us, they drank that Kool-Aid pretty quickly, and we were able to continue on with the journey to the capital and the ruins beyond it. And yes, there is Kool-Aid in this fantasy setting.
It's generally
Canon.
produced by halflings. There's a little factory up in the woods somewhere.
I realized as soon as I said Kool-Aid, I was like, wait.
Wait a second.
Don't you mean non-brand specific powdered drink mix?
Yeah, there we go. That's
That's
All
the
right.
one.
So that's a pretty good recap of where we're at. You all spent another night at the Roadhouse before continuing the final couple of days' travel to make it to the capital of Durham. And we picked up right as you were kind of arriving toward the capital itself. And as you approach, you see these large stone walls built hundreds of years ago. You're on a bit of a hill kind of overlooking this area that sprawls out before you. Hundreds of houses, buildings kind of fill this area, this middle section of the gate wide open to allow travelers to come through. Farther in the distance, you see the castle that kind of sits up on a bit of a cliff above the rest of the town, rising up, and behind it, in the area behind the castle and eventually the large lake, dark smoke billows forth from industry and factories. A very large city of trade, of manufacturing, of everything. Welcome to Durham. You're approaching the gates.
Well,
Well,
Omar, are you ready?
ready for.
Callie, you're muted.
No, I'm not. No, I'm.
That was a
Yeah, I
share. We were all like, wait, is he?
I am completely and utterly not prepared for what this trip will be, but yes, fine, let's go.
We only have a few quick things to accomplish before we leave here
Right.
anyway.
Right. Let's just get it out of the way.
As you continue walking forward, eventually arriving at the large gates, there's 4 guards that stand 2 on the inside, 2 on the outside, wearing polished, shiny plate mail. On the shoulders, inscribed as the insignia of the Guard of Durham, kind of castle rising out from kind of a green surrounding. They don't acknowledge you as you approach. You can simply stroll through the gates. As you do that, there's the commotion of just everybody kind of going about their business, running in and out of shops, but you do notice that everybody seems to be kind of moving toward the interior parts of the city slowly, as if everybody was late for some sort of appointment.
Well, I guess it's best if we follow and see what the hubbub is about.
Why can't we just ask people that are going?
Sure.
Hey you, I'm just gonna gently tap a person
Huh?
going by. Where are you all going?
Oh, the prince has a speech in a couple hours.
Oh.
Oh.
Want to get a good spot, and that way I can hear what's going on.
I mean, is there anything that's important that's happening? Or is it just like the regular old, I love you guys, thank you for your support kind of thing?
I'm not sure. It's been hyped up a bit more than some of the other ones. They said it's very important that everybody attends. I think it has something to do
Well,
with the
that
war.
doesn't sound ominous.
Oh, we should attend. I
What
doubt.
if it's related to the big thingies?
Right.
Big thingies.
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
I'm done talking to you.
Well,
Small in size, big in
Carson
stature.
continues along.
I mean, we have to attend. If everybody's going there, we can't do any business in town until the meeting's over anyway.
I mean, that's fair, but also. I mean, yeah, no, we should go. I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like the best course of action.
We immediately turn around and leave town.
No, not right. So, from what you understand, it's a couple hours time before the speech is supposed to be given. The city is large. Is there anywhere you're trying to get to or trying to find or do in the couple hours that you have to kill?
Yes. I need to find a sculptor.
Sculptor. How do you want to go about finding a sculptor?
I will tap the nearest person. No, I mean, I've been to the capital before,
You have,
so
yes.
I'm not sure if I know where the merchant or artisan district is.
Yeah, you'd be familiar enough. You weren't from terribly far away from there. You have a couple areas to pick from. One is where your kind of general crafted goods people would be your typical average blacksmiths and pottery specialists. They would be in kind of, well, they can be found scattered throughout the city. You're also aware of Fargill Street, a very famous district of the city where some of the finest merchants in the country have set up their shops. There's even rumor that some have enchanting and other things that are incorporated amongst their goods. This is one of the few places where magic is a bit more common, not common, but known about and accepted, as this is the center of activity in the capital.
Yeah, I just jingle my coin purse and yeah, Fargle Street's gonna have to happen another day. I'm pretty poor. So I will just go to an average tier artisan any either scattered about or in Milson Row. Either way.
Okay. So you were looking specifically for a sculptor.
Yes.
You're able to find a place that seems like they deal in clay pottery and kind of kitchen
Perfect.
utensils.
Hello, my good tradesman. May you assist me, please?
Oh, absolutely. Are you looking to fill out a new kitchen set? We have some new burned clay. It kind of has a rusty orange finish on it, kind of polished to a bit of even a sheen, if it's possible on pots.
No. I need more of a custom piece, I guess. I need you to sculpt a very, very small, and he'll just hold his hand up like this, hand.
A hand.
Yes.
Okay. You want me to mold it after your hand?
That would actually, yes, that would be ideal. I just need a little hand sculpted from clay that matches my hand.
What type
It's
of
for
finish do you want on this?
for a toy.
What kind of finish are you looking for?
A hard finish that won't easily
Well,
break.
certainly. We'll bake it in. Do you want it to? Do you want to have some colored swirls in it? More of an orange, rust color, more of a brown. We have some imported clay that comes all the way from the Far
What's your
East.
cheapest, dirtiest clay?
Oh, well, in that case, fine. Let me see your hand.
I'm more interested in the quality of the shaping and less of the shininess and
Well, if you
of
give
the
me better
product.
material to work with, I can shape it better. If you're picking up some cow manure
right.
out of the local farm, then it's
No,
hardly going to
can-
shape into.
Can you meet me in the middle somewhere, sir?
I
I just
suppose something in your average run-of-the-mill clay hand for whatever reason. Let me see your hand. I'll see what we're working with here.
it's for
Not
a
much.
Kind of like reaches out and
toy.
grabs your wrist. Oh, they're soft.
Oh yeah, I moisturize. I have very sensitive skin.
Never worked a day in his
taking some-
life.
Starts taking some notes. You can have it done in 2 days.
Oh man. Okay. That works. That's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Run you a gold and a half.
Okay. I pay up front, I'm assuming.
You can do half now and half when you pick it up if you prefer.
I'll just give you the gold now and the silver when I pick it up.
Fair enough. I'll get started on it, though. I will.
Is there
say
any
if
way
you-
you could do it a little faster?
No. This is good craftsmanship. It takes time.
Not even if you put me to the front of your line of things that you need to do, and I'll pull out another gold, kind of wave it
Make a
around.
persuasion check.
That's a nat one. So yeah.
Oh, not one. Oh,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No, it's not possible.
Okay then, and I put the coin away. I'll be back here in 2 days' time. And I turn around and Omar, we have to stay here for a couple days.
Yes, I realize that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm always looking out for you.
Actually, go ahead and add a D4 to that roll. We have a bend luck from the gods of chat.
On the natural one.
Even with it being that one?
Well, not one doesn't matter on ability checks.
Okay.
Just on.
All right. Well, then that's a 4 and 3 is 7 and 8.
So a total of 8. That combined with the offer of additional gold, it didn't take much pushing.
Oh.
We can get it done tomorrow afternoon.
Yay.
Oh,
1 day
He
left.
holds out his hand.
God.
Oh, that is wonderful. And I'll take the gold out and put it in his hand. And I'll give you the silver when I come back.
All right, fair enough. I'll get right to work on it. Hand, sort of strange. You want it to scale the same size as your hand, or
No. It
Oh,
needs to be about this big.
got
He's just
it.
holding his hand up like,
All right. He obviously has no idea what in the world you want this tiny little hand for, but he's willing to, a couple gold, willing to put in the work for it. Any other shopping or things you want to accomplish while you're taking care of this?
I'm sorry. Do you know how long until the Princess Beach?
Oh, yes, I've got to start getting over there myself pretty soon. Another, well, an hour and a half, they say, but he usually is late.
Well, I don't think we should do any business. That'll take too much time right now.
I'm excited for it myself. How about you?
I'm anticipating. Does anybody else wish to do anything in town?
Were
I'm
we all
excited
there
for this King's Speech, so
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not. I kind of want to go to our other objective, which I'm not exactly sure why we're here. But I mean, I'm here while we're here.
Right, you
We're gonna
would
be
want
here
to
for a
go
while,
to
we
a
might as
river or something and find rocks. That's not something you do. I say, looking at.
Why
the
would I
I-
go to a? Oh, you're
sorry?
talking to them.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
you can hand
then-
them out, but I don't know how appropriate it would be to hand them out right now, and I have plenty in my
I'm,
heart.
so you're good. You don't need to replenish any rocks.
No, I think it's simple enough to find rocks on the road. I don't know.
You know, I was
Why?
just checking. Well, I'm. It
Would
seemed
you? Do you need
you want
rocks?
one?
Is that what
I
you?
can-
No, I wasn't asking for rocks. It just seemed appropriate.
You just seem
I
to.
think I don't even know if he still has his other rock that you gave him before. You might need to give him another one.
I mean, sure, here, catch. I'll throw over one.
Can I,
Make a dexterity check to catch
Can
this
I
rock.
deflect missiles? The rock.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Are you trying to redirect this thing?
Yeah.
just bat it.
Where are you redirecting this thing?
Back at her.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So now I need you to make a dexterity save as this rock is flying towards you.
Oh, and I'm so good at those. So he threw it back at Hilda, which would be a 3.
A 3. See, so like the rock starts like heading towards you, and like you kind of dodge, catches your shoulder, bounces off. You hear a pot shatter.
Don't throw rocks at me.
The-
Don't.
What was that for, shopkeeper?
She threw a rock at me.
He threw it back. I didn't.
I'm not
terribly
We should go.
sorry.
Let's go.
We should
Let's
exit
move
your
on.
shop,
Yes,
your
we're
fine
gonna-
That's a
establishment.
3 silver plate.
Really sorry. I'll give him the money. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize humans can be so rude. And I'll give him
Some
some.
of us-
Some
Little
of us
racist.
have.
Yeah, that was a bit racist.
Well, you're not proving any different, so.
Now, can you all please get out of my shop?
Yes, we're leaving.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, if we're going to be here for a while,
Have a
might
bit
as well
more
get in.
urgency now as they're
Oh.
still moving toward the town center.
Grab good seats and wait a second.
All right. Yeah. I guess we'll just go get some good seats.
Okay, you start working your way through, but I guess you're following the sea of people, so it's not really hard to figure out where the speech is taking place. And those from the city are aware of kind of an area where some of this happens in front of the castle and the courtyard. They often, a royal family would often speak from there. So, working your way through the streets, you start heading in that direction.
Keeping an eye open for any ne'er-do-wells in a big city.
Roll a perception
Oh.
check.
Oh, you
Yeah.
literally just rolled for that, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, I'm so glad I said something.
You
Dirty
should
20.
be. Yeah, so you're all kind of working your way through, and you see walking right kind of up alongside Adri, almost a little bit too close, just kind of trying to blend in and doing a pretty good job of it. But a hand is reaching for a coin pouch.
I take my staff and I like smack his hand.
What is the meaning of this?
Off. I'm not new to this town. Keep on walking.
Ha!
They turn and start heading up.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
So wonderfully oblivious. You just hit somebody.
My lord, are you making me stop and explain in the middle of a crowd? They're trying to pickpocket.
Oh.
Right.
Well,
Shall
why
we
didn't
go
you
now?
You should have let him.
I was honestly considering it, but I thought maybe in this town to stop that here. So let's just continue.
You eventually arrive amongst a sea of people. Down in the government kind of area of the city. It's kind of
Does it?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, does it look like there's still quite a bit of class segregation as far as where people are sitting and?
Not a lot of seating room. It's just this sea of person. So as you're kind of getting in there, it's mostly human. In the capital, you see a few others, though. There's your occasional dwarf, the occasional halfling, gnome, elf. Every once in a while, you see something a little bit more exotic that maybe was a furbolg over there. But all of these people are kind of just packing into this area. It's kind of in this area across the way from the castle courtyard. There's these massive walls in the interior of the city, and the castle gates kind of have a drawbridge that sets down, and on top of the drawbridge there's a pedestal kind of standing up where presumably the prince will be giving a speech from. The area in which most of the people are a little bit away from the drawbridge. There's a kind of a square in town where many of the government buildings are, whether it be the guild hall for the entire nation, or one of them is kind of an army headquarter type building. There's all of these large kind of marble polished stone structures where the kind of center of activity is, and people are just jam-packed in this whole courtyard area. I'm assuming you haven't gotten into that sea of people. You're still back a little ways, so you could push into all that if you wanted to, or you are kind of hanging back at the moment. The name of the area is Audric Court, named for the first king of Duresk.
I don't want to be in the center of all these people. Perhaps we could find a way around the herd.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd agree with that.
Of course you would.
Especially, I mean, you don't want to be trapped in the middle of some large group of people if someone
Hey, get out of the way! I gotta get closer.
You can feel kind of a shove.
Let's move to the side.
Hey, I was standing. You're just blocking my view.
Well, then grow taller.
Pushes you aside and stands. And it's not like there's a view here of anything. It's just a sea of people.
Make sure
this
you're
is really an effective way to communicate information. Can anyone even hear from out here? This is
Well, I mean, having been to a couple of these before, is it that he projects really well, or
projects very well, as if some of the
enhanced?
enhanced by some with maybe clerical persuasions have the ability to amplify.
Everybody will be able to hear him. He's a little louder than a person should be.
okay. So if it makes some of you more comfortable, maybe we should just stay on the outskirts of everything. If we can hear it as well as we can, then
You now hear the
That's
sound of loud
probably a good idea.
drums.
Let's just
Horns
stay towards the back.
blaring.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about getting ready to start.
And the back is, you're there, but more people are still kind of filing in. You're never away from the crowd, but you're not in the thick of it down where the center of attention's happening. From here, you really don't have a view of the stage even. You can kind of see the heads of all the people. But you
Well,
can
I definitely can't.
probably hear
Is there a building nearby I could try and hop upon?
there's a lot of buildings. They're very tall in this area. Most of them in anywhere from 10 to 15-story marble structures, intricately carved.
Well, I'm not quite the Hulk, so maybe I'll just stay down here.
Alright. So you're happy with your location. You're kind of on a main street, kind of to the side a little bit. There's the sea of people, and probably 4 blocks or so ahead of you is where the mass of people in the kind of opening is, and then across from them you have the bridge and the pedestal. Alright. It's still a little bit of time before the speech is set to happen, but music is playing. You see, now you're noticing that the buildings in this area that's more kind of centralized with the government of the place, there's banners hanging out, all of the signs of the empire.
So, like, would anyone be okay if I just sat on their shoulders, or is that a no-go? None of you just...
Sure.
I mean,
Oh,
You look
okay.
like you have a bit of weight to you. I don't know.
Wow, okay.
I
Don't
mean,
body
I'm
shame me
not-
right now in public. Okay.
I'm
Whatever,
just
I don't
saying,
talk about
I
little
don't have the biggest muscles. Maybe one of
Mhm.
these two could
Not
lift you.
clad in full metal armor?
I mean, it's not my fault that all of you are so weak. I'm gonna see if the tall one can support the weight of this dwarf, and she will try to climb on his back and
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
can
let's
see
do
him.
this, I guess.
Yeah.
And from up there, it's a little shaky, but you can see a little bit more over kind of the heads of the crowd. Kind of an unusual sensation for you. Kind of about a waist and shoulder above the above everything.
Now I understand why all of you act so superior.
If I was going to her head.
Oh, I really want to throw a rock down, but I won't.
If you do, I'll drop you.
Oh, God damn it. Okay. Give me strength. Give me strength.
So as you sit there and wait, more and more people crowd in. Eventually, you hear the sound of crowds erupting in cheers and shouts. The drums grow louder, beating in rhythm. As those of you who are a little taller can see over, getting to the top of the pedestal is who some of you would recognize as the prince. Others you may not have seen before, but human. Appears to be around maybe 50 years of age, somewhere in that range. Wearing a deep purple, kind of long overcoat with medals and accolades pinned to it. Golden thread, golden insignia. Kind of white-colored hair and beard as he steps up to the pedestal. The crowd keeps cheering, roaring. Eventually dies down enough so that the prince can speak. As his voice rings out, it's unnaturally loud, booming over the crowd. Citizens, no longer shall we live in fear. Fear of tyranny from our neighbors, the traitors, who so many generations ago made their hatred of peace so evident. They do not want peace. Peace is not in them. Savages, and worse, every last one of them. They raid our farms, pillage our towns, kill our men, do unspeakable acts to all those who remain. We must each do our part to crush them, to send them scurrying back to the cave from whence they crawled. The crowd erupts. We must all do our part. Our blacksmiths working overtime to produce weapons, superior weapons of war to break the packs of our enemies. Not the shoddy, weak work of the traitorous dwarves who sell their best to the Bagudrons but bring us their dregs. Our spies, bravely living amongst wolves, risking their lives in enemy territory. They bring us reports that victory is coming soon. But to achieve this victory, we must all do our part. Merchants, you already pay a great price, your taxes, your hard-earned gold to fund the preservation of our very existence. But can you give more? You old folk, you've seen it all. You've seen our enemies push and push and push. But they've never gotten us yet. You now sit on fortunes that you so rightfully wish to pass to your children. But know this, that if our enemies are not stopped, there will be no world for your children, our children to inhabit. You young folk with strong backs, soon you'll be called upon to defend your home. What's more, the king has decreed that every able-bodied citizen of this great city, over the age of 16 and under the age of 30, is to report within 24 hours to Commander Grusk to receive your assignment in the army of Durask. A path to honor and glory is before you. And those who call themselves citizens, who are sellswords or mercenaries, as the king has also decreed that you too are to report to Commander Grusk. Do your fair share! The crowd erupts in support. A life of adventure for you is only possible because of the actions of the crown. Now the crown asks back a favor. No, an order that you serve. All citizens of this great nation of Durask are remarkable. We have the strongest, the smartest, the fastest, and the wisest. We have the best people, and because of that, the best way of life. For Durask! And the crowd erupts. For Durask. For Durask. Cheers continue. The band starts playing more forcefully, but the speech appears as over as the crowd erupts in applause.
Let me down real quick. Let me down. I don't want to be up here anymore.
So as they're cheering for Durisk, Theo's just gonna say, "For sake this place, we need to leave
Yeah,
immediately."
we need to get out of here real quick.
Yes, let's get away from this crowd.
Crowds in this cheered up frenzy.
Let's head
assuming we
towards
just shuffle.
the government district.
Are we enrolling? Why are we going to the government district?
We should leave the city.
Well, we can't leave the city till tomorrow afternoon. I placed a very important order with the claymaker.
I can
should
sculpt
find
you one
it
out of a
in-
rock.
But
Like,
we should listen. I
There's one of
This will
those
place-
traitorous dwarves there!
Crowds
keep
are-
on. Let's just walk. Let's just walk.
Yes, yes.
Why do you sell your best to Durask? Or to Begudran? Why do you bring us the worst?
I've never sold anything a day in my life.
Why is it?
sorry.
Why do they get the best weapons?
The crowd is
You
pushing
don't
in.
have to ask another dwarf. I'm sorry.
They're not those kind of dwarves. Obviously, look at them. They don't know how to make armored weapons. Please
They're
stop.
foreigners.
Well,
I'm
let me
gonna
hear
grab-
it then. For Durask, say it. Say it. For Durask.
Honduras.
Say it.
First.
For
Yeah,
Durisk.
Durask.
Yes, for Durisk.
Hmm.
Does that satisfy you?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Both of us.
Nat one. Let's get killed by a riot.
16.
Oh no.
16.
13 plus 18.
18. Pretty good. Well, maybe you're one of the good ones, I guess. But we're keeping our eye on you, all of us.
Okay.
Very well, very well. I'm gonna grab Hilda and just very briskly speed walk away.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Are these levels of racism something I would have been familiar with in the capital?
Hang on 1 second.
Or is it could be like a recent thing, yeah.
Say that again.
Are these levels of like racism something that's recent or something that I would know is common in the
It's always been
capital?
there to some extent,
Yeah.
but not this frenzied.
Okay. Man.
Come on. Run along. We're going to Brandel Tower. Let's go. Let's go.
Where?
Brandel Tower. Let's go. It's in the government district.
Brendel Tower.
What's
Tower.
Brendel Tower? Yeah. What were we?
Well, you'll see when we get there. Let's go.
Yes, we'll just follow
Okay.
you.
All
You
right,
take
all
care of
right.
this one.
Into the sea. Kind
Yeah.
of pushing your way toward people who are still gathered around the stage. No more speeches going on, but the band still plays, and the prince is out there waving at adoring fans. As you push in, you see the large stone buildings standing coldly there on the streets with their banners kind of blowing in the wind. The cheers of the crowd, and in here, a lot of these are the more kind of nobility side of it. People dressed a little bit finer attire. But you kind of push in, you see the Hall of Guilds, you see the records offices, all of these different departments that keep the government functioning. And eventually, you arrive at the tower which Omar had mentioned earlier. It stands not nearly as tall as some of the other buildings in the area, only about 4 stories. This large marble blocks, and carved into the front of it, almost in crystal or in glass, is the shape of an eagle.
Huh.
Is this your house?
Sure, sure.
Not
it's
his house.
Let's go.
What you find interesting as you approach is that the windows are boarded up and that the doors are closed.
Did you forget to pay your rent?
Is the gate currently like chained up or locked?
The iron or the marble gate kind of goes to it's marble around most of it, and then there's iron doors that can swing. They're both closed, chains wrapped around them.
What?
You see the statue out in the courtyard of what looks like a monk on one leg leaning on his staff in kind of a fighting stance has been pushed over.
Oh. Can I
That's
try to
kind of
jump the
weird. That's the
fence?
same symbol that I saw with you guys.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
interesting.
I'm gonna try to jump the fence.
There are so many people here
Wait,
right now.
Omar,
Oh,
just a
right.
second, and I'm gonna reach to Omar's clasp, and I'm gonna just pull his cloak over it, and like kind of tuck it over it so the clasp is covered. You might wanna. It doesn't look good.
I hop the fence. I don't care who's watching. I hop the fence.
Okay. The grass here, not quite as well kept as it usually is. Still green, but kind of grown up in places it's usually meticulously cared for. The statue kind of on its side. It's about 40 feet or so to the large stone doors that lead into the tower.
I run up. Is the doors to the building you said they're boarded?
Well, there's like boards across the windows that have kind of been attached to it. The doors are these stone kind of marble doors, but they stand closed.
I just grab at the handle and try to open it.
They don't give. They're locked.
Haha. Great. I'll just circle the building from inside the gate if I can.
Start kind of walking around the perimeter. Aside from the crowds that are making quite a noise and ruckus outside the perimeter, it's quiet here.
Alright, would you guys... Adri! Marcus!
You are aware of one quirk of this building. There is a way in that you're aware of on the backside of. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, that was what I was I
Do you
don't
want
say
to,
Adri or
or do you
Marcus.
try to activate that, or do you leave it alone?
There's a lot of crowds right now, actually. Let's not do that as
Okay.
of yet. Yeah, I guess I'll just go back around to the front. Okay. Adri, Marcus, would you two like to maybe come over
Yeah.
here and
I'll
see if
go
you
over.
can deal with the door?
Yeah, we're not doing anything illegal.
No, we're fine. If this building still belongs to who I think it does. If it doesn't, then yes, we're definitely breaking a couple laws.
I really don't
People are
want to get in
starting
trouble
to
here.
stare at this person inside the perimeter walking around.
Okay, I'm going to. We need to ask around town. We can't just do stuff. I'm gonna jump back over to them.
Yeah, on the off chance that this is just really not ideal, I'm gonna take my clasp as well, and I'm going to just flip it. I'm gonna keep it pinned on my cloak, but it's just gonna be the reverse blank side of the clasp.
All right.
I keep my class where it is.
Wearing plate mail shined to a glowing
Oh,
brightness, wearing the insignia of the crown. A man walks up to the group. Your name?
Omar?
Last name?
I'd rather not, though, is the thing.
Last name?
Cowrie?
Cowrie. Is that with a K or a C?
K.
You're in one of the first waves. You'll be reporting 6 hours' time or so. You. Your name, Theodore.
What?
Your name,
Thomas.
Thomas. Last name,
Batrain.
how do you spell that?
THA.
It doesn't matter, you're in the
GR.
T's. You'll be a couple hours after him.
Oh, that's my second last name. My first last name is Cross with a K.
Make a deception check.
It's not bad. 11 plus anything? Plus 1, 12?
And there's a bit of luck on this roll.
Oh,
God.
Another
People
one?
have been waiting to, like.
3, so
blood.
15.
15. That's enough. All right. You all be reporting together then. 6 hours' time. You there, with the glove. Your name.
It's Adrian Kelt.
Adrian Kelt.
Yeah.
Make a deception check.
Of course. It's a 19.
Pretty good. That's C-H-E-L-T. Kelt.
Yep, you got it.
You'll be
No,
Exactly.
it's with a K. Learn to spell.
Yes.
C-H-E-L-T. That's going to be reporting in 2 hours'
K-
time.
KCH.
K-C-H.
It's a K.
Oh,
Yeah.
K.
It's,
Gotcha.
yeah.
6 hours' time. You there. You look strong. Your name? Marcus.
Yeah, 1 second.
Speak up, boy.
Marcus Cone Dragon with a K.
Okay, Cone Dragon. Make a deception check.
Oh, this is a bad idea.
Dragon with a K.
15.
15, pretty good. Cone Dragon. Well, funny enough, you'll have the same. Hey, you two.
Yes.
Are you members of the Blacksmiths Guild? Or will you be joining the army?
We will be joining the army, of course.
You look older though. You're probably a member of the guild. You're younger.
Yeah, I'm like 50, so I think I'm beyond the, your standards.
So you're a member of the guild then.
No.
Dwarves age differently. They don't follow the same
I'm
rules.
aware
You
of
should
that.
check with your superior.
I'm aware of that. Are you a
We
member
are
of a
both
guild?
so dedicated and eager to serve in the army alongside our comrades here.
We are.
Wonderful. Your names,
And-
please.
We all formed a kinship over our last names, all starting with K.
Yeah, my
Yes.
name's Brynhilda Marymall, but it's with a K in front of the M.
Silent K.
Oh God!
Call me Hilda though.
I thought Cone Dragon was bad.
It's Dwarvish. It's Dwarvish.
Yeah, it's Dwarvish. Yeah, we all-
We all speak Dwarvish, okay? It's the Dwarvish spell.
That's amazing.
No, maybe not.
Roll your deception check.
She has a Ben Luck too.
And with a bit.
I have a 20.
More to it.
That was a 20
Wait,
plus 3.
We rolled a max 20?
20?
That is the
On
most
that?
Oh, these
confident silent K
These
ever.
foreign spellings of things I will never get used to. And
Oh,
your,
it's fine. I
and,
can have lessons.
what's your name?
Yes,
Grandpa?
yes, thank you, young man. It's Barry Clagenson.
Clagenson. C-L-A-I-G.
With a K.
With a K, of course it is.
Yes, there's
Roll
a
a
C.
deception check.
Oh,
At this point, I think he's just accepted we're all.
that's a 4.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no.
please have rocks for brains.
He's pretty stupid. Yeah, whatever.
You wouldn't want to separate them, two dwarves.
Yeah,
You know.
that's fine. I don't understand dwarven spellings or why you're here, but that's none of my business. Anyway, report to the commander within 6 hours. The earlier people reporting in, they're doing it by name, obviously, so don't arrive too early, but you'll be reporting with the K's. Good day.
Sir, I have a
Yes?
really important item that will assist me in the grand scheme of us defending this wonderful nation, but it's not going to be prepared until tomorrow afternoon. Would we be going anywhere before tomorrow afternoon?
I don't know what the commander's plans are going to be, but anything you need will be provided by the military.
Oh. Okay. Well, I wish I could get my gold back. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Good day. He keeps on. You there? Your name?
We have 6 hours
We have 6
to
hours.
figure out what's going on.
I will say though that if we leave this place, fortunately they will not have any of our names except for yours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was stupid on your part.
Yikes.
He asked me for a name, and I gave him a name. I wish I hadn't given him a name, but you know.
If we need supplies and things before we leave, they do have a way of possibly. I guess I should be fair. We need to go to the Fargle Street before we either go to this military thing or we leave.
You possess money?
Yeah, kind of.
You have enough to shop at Fargo.
I have something I can sell at Fargle Street and get us money for other things.
Alright, well. I could probably. Alright, I'll help you out a bit there.
Spontaneously, the crowd is erupting in cheers. For the crown! For the crown! Long live the king!
Yep. Every now and then while we're walking through,
Long
it's for
live
the
the king.
crowd. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh god.
I love
Rah,
crowns.
rah.
You'll make your way
Is
toward
Marcus as off-put by this as?
So what are
You see
Marcus?
the
How is
deal?
Marcus?
I'll
make,
let-
make an insight check first of all, Theodore. But then let's see how much we get here.
Not bad. 12 plus minus 1. So 11.
I'm gonna say, Marcus, make a performance check.
Oh, I'm just right
Roll
at
lower
the-
than me. Roll lower.
And this isn't just for him; it's for kind of your general demeanor. Because I'm curious also how you're here.
It's a 13.
13. So you're holding it together pretty well. But just in general, for those who have really good insights, does Marcus look at all
Yes.
uncomfortable here?
A bit. He definitely doesn't. He definitely doesn't look comfortable with the idea of being dragged and going out like that. But yeah, he definitely has a look like he'd rather be leaving now than leave.
When we all jump in with the cheers, like occasionally for the king and all that, does he do any of that?
No.
Okay.
Broody and silent type. I like it.
It's not like we're at all suspicious of each other every single session.
Yeah.
You're
What do you
walking,
mean?
kind of pushing
He
your
must
way
be a
slowly
ghost.
through the crowds over
Must be.
toward the more affluent part of town.
Yes. I am looking for a jeweler.
So you start kind of heading that direction.
I'll be right back.
See, Omar, what's your passive insight or passive perception? I'm sorry.
1.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? You cut out a bit.
21.
21. And then, Brunhilde, yours is pretty good too, right?
My passive insight?
Your perception.
12.
12.
No,
Not
perception 8. Never mind.
Oh,
Even worse.
oh.
Yep.
a lot less than I thought. I thought you
Yep.
were more wisdomy. That's all right.
Weird.
So, Omar, as you're walking along, kind of keeping your eyes open with the group, you just catch a glimpse of what looks like someone following you from the rooftop. Kind of a small shadow. You just barely catch a glimpse of as it kind of goes back behind a chimney.
Why don't we enter? So we're on Fargle Street now.
You're getting there. You're getting close to it.
Okay. Shall we hurry up and enter the first building we see at Fargo Street to do our business?
I need a jeweler.
The very first building we see.
The very first jeweler we see.
Very first. It's a well-known store that I want to visit first. It's the first one
So
we
you,
should see.
you kind of immediately turn into Fargill Street, and you see
Yeah.
prominently on the corner this very, very nice-looking place with kind of fancy drapes in the windows, and you immediately bust into what's called Wimlayers. Seems to be a clothing outlet.
Let's go to another building. Actually, let's go. Let's go to another building. So I leave and I go to the other building. That's next to
Step
it.
back out.
What are you doing?
We're going to this building. This was the wrong store. They must have changed around the layout. When we go to the next building.
Don't look back at Wimlairs.
It looks to be a fine clothing attire type shop.
Do I see people in there?
So the shopkeep has made it back, and this crowd, some people are doing some shopping on the way through as well. So yeah, there's a few people around.
Does the shopkeep look like Omar?
No.
Okay,
Not even close.
just
It's
curious.
actually gnomish.
Oh.
That's my father.
I don't know your life. All right, we'll follow him to the next store, I
So you
guess.
go into the very next shop. Okay. So as you go to the next shop, this one appears to be, funny enough, a jeweler's.
Yay!
Selling fine gemstones and diamonds and jewelry.
Just give me a second.
Oh, this is perfect. Why are you so?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
what's
It's
happening?
fine. So, Theo, sidebar for a second.
Okay.
We're
could I-
being followed.
Oh,
Right.
by who?
Someone on the rooftops. I'm hoping it's a member. I'm
It
not
could be
sure.
a member, but it also could be a member that's really upset with us because we did something maybe we shouldn't have.
And that's more dangerous than an assassin, if you ask
It
me.
is actually. So, but it could also be what was that wizard's name? The Nudibud. Could be one of his people again.
Oh, I would prefer that, but
Yeah,
that's so
ideally.
bad. Yes.
I mean, I think the rest of the group can know this though, because they were kind of,
I'm
as
sorry.
far as that
I
information.
Are
wanted-
you, needing some jewelry?
Oh, yeah. So let's
Oh,
let's just handle this
I
real
just-
quick, and then we'll.
You need a ring on that hand. That one. It kind of contrasts with your glove.
Oh, actually, maybe.
It's quite,
Well, I mean, what?
it's quite a statement with one hand in and one hand out. If you had some silver and gold ringing it, it might look really nice on there.
Oh, on the glove.
No, on the other hand, a contrast with.
Oh,
the glove.
okay, yeah, we're on the same page then. Oh, actually, I'll look at your selection. How? Oh, that one, that gold
Oh,
band
that is
right
a
there. How much is that
very
one?
nice choice. Shall I wrap it up for you?
What? Oh, but how much is it?
Oh, that one's only 6.
6.
6. Yes, that's it.
As in six of what coin? Like platinum or?
Of course.
Yeah, we're in the fancy district, buddy.
You know, actually, I think that
I think one of those for each finger.
I think I'm not really wanting to overdo it too much.
Oh.
So I think
Every
that
other finger.
I want to get one nice bold one, but I feel like I need some time to think about it. Right?
Well,
Maybe
if you're
like come
going for
back another
bold, have
day.
a look at this. This is actually ringed with platinum itself and inlaid into this. See this jewel? It was obtained from one of the excursions to Barbaria. They said one of the brave adventurers brought this back. They called it an orc stone.
That's incredible. That one looks fantastic.
Yes,
I think
this one is a prime example of what we carry. This one is 70.
70, right? I mean, that sounds very reasonable for what it is. It's very,
absolutely.
very beautiful.
One
Yeah.
of a kind.
Do you, yeah, I have so many options. And I
is.
want to get the one perfect one. So I think I'm gonna take some time to really
Yes.
take in all the
Breathe
options
in,
and
breathe out.
yeah, can really feel the aura of the rings.
Oh, absolutely.
It's great.
Absolutely. It's remarkable. It's a little bit of sparkle, a
is.
little bit of shine. What about any of you? You come here. You're looking for some jewelry, I assume.
Well, I'm more interested in. Actually, I see you have a fine amount of beautiful things here and a selection over there. And I have this wonderful, and he'll just pull out the large pearl.
Well, it's,
Uh,
well, it's
and
a
I was
bit
wondering if
crude,
you-
but it's not awful.
yeah, it's fresh from the clutches of a whatever makes pearls. I'm not an ocean person. But it's
Me
not been
either.
tainted by
Terrifying.
the hand
you know
of
what
any.
types of things live beneath those waters that could nibble on your toes. It's terrifying.
Exactly. That's why you don't get the pearls yourself. But this hasn't been tainted by the hand of any other jeweler, and in your skilled hands, I'm sure it could be
I see
polished
that.
and beautifully done. Hand it over.
Takes out, starts kind of looking at it. Well, it's imperfect in a couple places, but it's not bad. Be worth about 90 gold pieces.
That is a fair price. I would like to sell it to you.
Certainly. I can give you 90 gold pieces, which we talked about, or I can give you a platinum and a half store credit.
A platinum and
Or
a half.
10 platinum. So it'd be 15 15 platinum. Because 10 gold. Yeah, that's where I'm at. 150 gold equivalent.
Okay, store credit. Okay.
150 gold store credit.
I'm just gonna look at the group. Does anybody need anything from here?
I make my own jewelry, so.
Oh, we're crafty.
Oh, that
Yeah.
explains
we're-
it.
Wow.
I think I'll take the gold. We may come back here later to purchase something, but I want to be fair with you, madam, and we'll just go with the gold.
All right, fair enough. I don't usually carry such small amounts, but occasionally someone comes in. Do you happen to have 10 gold I could just give you a coin for?
Yes, I hand her 10 gold.
Or I guess it would still be a... I'm going off hundreds instead of off of tens, but yeah, it gives you 9 platinum pieces, because that would be 90 gold instead of... Yeah, so
Okay.
9 platinum pieces are handed.
Okay. Well, the only fair way to divvy this up is I
wait,
give them
what?
all
No,
5
no, no.
platinum, and I keep 4 for myself.
So do you all wish to purchase anything while you're here, or are you just here to browse and to sell?
Do you have any? No, actually, I'm fine.
Well,
I could also, though, offer you, if you would prefer, I know we've already done this, I have a bunch of basically vouchers for goods over next door. I could give you twice its value in Wimlier bucks.
No.
why are you so against that?
They make
We
fine
walked in there.
attire. They make the best.
Huh? No, I think we're fine. We have taste.
Well,
What?
I actually thought they looked quite nice.
It was really colorful.
Yes.
Like,
No.
Yeah.
they are certainly in right now. Well,
I mean,
no
we could
matter,
update
no
our.
matter. I
if we
didn't mean
updated
to
our
ruffle your
clothing.
feathers. But as it turns out, you're fine there. And if you wish to do any more shopping, I'm glad to have your business.
Yeah, actually, can I give you? I know you were talking about deals and credit. Would I be able to, since we're exchanging, just give you 2 of this platinum back, and you give me 25 gold's worth of gold dust?
Gold dust. I don't
Yeah,
really carry
you could just
dust.
grind the jewels.
It'll take some time.
I probably don't have time. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
That's
quite
fine.
all right. But I do appreciate you coming into my shop. It's been a pleasure meeting all of you.
Just
I-
curious. Do you have
Yes.
any failed experiments?
Excuse me.
Well,
we
you're not
did
the best.
attempt one time to take kind of a jade stone into a ruby and combine them and like intertwine it, but both of them ended up shattering. It didn't really hold. But we were experimenting with that for a little bit of an idea. It was actually designed with Wimliers in mind. They had kind of a blue and green.
Okay, we're leaving. We're leaving. I leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you out. Why are you so unhappy every time she brings up Wibliers?
I'm just an unhappy man. What can I say?
I mean, I would disagree with that.
We're being followed. Is there
Oh yeah,
someone behind me? Like, can I
Make a
check
perception
around?
check.
Okay.
I'm just gonna turn to the group and I'm gonna go, we're being followed.
Oh no,
12.
we're being followed.
12? No.
Shut.
But you do see a lot of other high-end shops. You see one that seems to specialize in footwear called Merston's. Another clothing shop named Corey's. You see Tums.
Oh.
Tubers.
There's a shop named Carrie's.
There is.
As soon as I see that, I'm gonna say,
I'm walking away. I'm walking away. I'm just
You know,
walking. I just
I'm
continue
walking in this store, this beautiful store. I'm just staying behind him.
I'm
gonna
not.
go
I
in.
am not. Oh god.
What's happening?
I'm standing outside, with my cloak fully on, and just.
Yep, I'm walking the store.
You walk in and are greeted by a storekeep. Can I help you? Have fall fashions coming into style pretty soon as the summer is winding down.
Yeah, what do you think of Wibblers?
Bunch of hacks.
Ah,
Not quite the quality that you would get here. They tend to copy our designs.
Is this a family-owned business?
Goes back for generations.
Who's the next generation?
Oh, well, the current owners have a son, but they don't talk about him. I don't know if he'll inherit it or not, or if they'll send it off to someone else.
What a shame. Why don't they talk about their son?
A bit of a disappointment.
Oh,
Apparently.
I agree.
I've never met him myself.
Huh. Are the owners here?
No, they're at their estate. I'm just running the place.
Would you happen to know where their estate is, just out of curiosity?
I'm not going to be able to disclose that sort of information.
That's fair. I mean, stranger walking in.
But you
Huh.
would look remarkable in kind of a deep blue, I think.
Would really bring out my eyes. You're probably right.
We have this cloak. Has this kind of gold trim inlaid in it. It's quite nice. We have some specials on these right now. This one would only run you 20 gold pieces.
Does it have like cowrie like in it on anywhere?
You look at this one little corner of it is just like kind of a K with a kind of a swoop through.
Huh. As tempted as I am to wear that around, just in pure mocking, I don't think it would be an appropriate use of the money I've made.
Well, you're
Perhaps,
certainly,
though, another day.
you're certainly welcome to have a look around, and if you decide to pick up anything, we also do tailor-made attire, so if you need something a bit more specific, we have that available.
Ah, yeah, well, we're being recruited into the military, so I don't think I would want anything so well made
Well,
to
as it
be
turns out,
sullied.
you may be getting some Cory attire then. We just had a big deal
Oh.
with the military to outfit them with some of their dress uniforms.
And so everybody in the military is going to have this wonderful K embroidered on their attire. That is lovely information. I appreciate you. In fact, you have a wonderful,
Oh, you
wonderful
too.
day.
You as well.
We're just going to walk back out, and as he
Oh.
walks out, he's going to flip, as he walks past Omar, he's just going to flick the top of his hood. Nice store, buddy.
Well, Omar was decided he was just, if you're going to assassinate me, do it now, do it now, do it now.
Make another perception check while you've been kind of out here trying to stay
22.
definitely still being followed by whatever shadowy figure is up on the roofs. Every time you barely just catch a glimpse out of the corner of your eye, whoever's following you is pretty skilled at not being seen, but you catch just these little glimpses. But as you're standing out front of the store and just caught another glimpse, we're going to take a 5-minute break. So a few things to get out of the way. As always, we appreciate everybody for joining us for the stream. The artwork done by at Remy Lee on Instagram, beautiful art. The music for this session is Adrian Von Ziegler on YouTube. Those are the 2 credits that we always have to acknowledge and are appreciative for all of the hard work that went into those things. And we will be back in about 5 minutes. And we're back online. Welcome back, everybody. Ready to pick up where we just left off. Appreciate everybody for joining along. We had one or two people re-up their subscription, people using their channel points to bend luck and do other things. So have a look over the different things that are possible with that. Unless, like Scotty, you're actually one of the stream team members who, as it turns out, may be getting back in along with us in the foreseeable future. Eventually, I'll have to redo my overlays to get more squares.
Now
We're gonna
we
be
can
the
just take
Brady
out
Bunch
Emma,
soon,
actually.
and then whoever gets to be center square gets all the attention.
But where we
Omar.
left off, the party kind of working their way through the fine shopping district. Some stores actively avoiding, others doing some shopping, buying and selling. And as you've left Quarries, the fine clothing retailer, Omar just noticed out of the corner of his eye again, just very briefly, this person who seems to be stalking you from the rooftops. That's where we pick up.
I think we should leave this particular street, head to an alley, and confront our follower.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna follow you guys and
Let's
Omar.
head to God, the name literally I just had it. Let's head to Milson Row.
The dirty place.
Right. Well, we don't
Isn't
want
it gonna be
any-
easier for someone to follow us there?
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
less size.
Yes. Less eyes, less guard presence, just in case something needs to go down.
Okay, I mean, yeah, all right.
It'll take a little while to get over there, probably an hour's walk. As you start heading that direction, you have to kind of go back by way of the government area a little bit, so you start getting back into the crowd that's mostly dispersed by now. A few people still around in the area having conversations. You hear loud chatter of excitement that victory is almost there, and that just another couple pushes and these evil foes that we've been fighting at for so many years would be done away with. But eventually,
As we're passing the government district, can I look to see if there are many, like, if we have to go out of the way a little bit, just see if there's many people outside of Brandel Keep, or Brandel Tower, I mean. Like,
if
are
you want to
there
go
a
that
lot of
way, it's
people
kind of
there?
right down in the thick of it, but kind of head that direction.
So, well, the thick of it, so there's people there.
There's
There's a
not
lot of
on
people
the
there.
courtyard, but like on the streets,
Right.
there are a lot of people around. Because you got this kind of square area, courtyard area, and like lining it are these big official buildings, and one of those is the tower.
Yeah, let's just go past, and yeah, let's just keep on going with our original plan.
Eventually, you make your way out of there and start heading down the hill from the cliffs where the castle rests, down into the more industrial part of town. The clanging of hammers, black smoke billowing out of chimneys and forges. A little bit hard to breathe. You find yourself kind of coughing as you walk into this part of town. Grime and oil coat everything.
Is there like a light smog in this area?
Yeah, the sky is almost blacked out. Just all this billowing smoke everywhere. This is where a lot of the weapons are made by the blacksmiths and the metals refined.
We're gonna get stabbed here, Omar.
That was kind of the plan, actually.
I'm sorry, wait,
Can
what?
Can you sometimes explain your plans a little bit?
It was a joke.
We
It was
just
a
wandered
joke.
around the city for an hour. We have like 3.5
We have-
hours
Turn
until
into
we
an
get
alley.
drafted.
Turn into an alley.
You want to get deeper into the district, or you want to get just on the edge of this district?
Well, the edge is fine, I guess.
Okay.
Right? Just into an alley where there aren't people.
Kind of duck behind what looks like a large warehouse that doesn't have a lot of activity happening by it. There's kind of a narrow area between these two buildings.
How tall is the building?
About 35 feet.
I could take a look from above.
Kind of metal plated.
It's a little smoggy though. would have been better to do this
Can
in
I-
an open area.
Can I look around for anything, or is it not a thing I can do?
I mean, you're in this little alleyway. There's not much to see.
We're looking for the person up there.
Make a perception check.
17?
You don't see them.
Yes, I guess your bird will do.
Oh, geez, don't sound so appreciative of the idea. What a douche. Alright, I need you to stop. Remember, we talked about. Just gonna grab his beak. We talked about this before. Not so much noise. I really want you to stay as you are, but gosh, you make so much noise. Okay, just nice and quiet. Fly around. Take a look.
Okay.
Yeah, and then as soon as he takes off into the air, I just, and then my eyes kind of blanket over with a grayish white.
Flies up into the air. Does
Really
a
cool if he says
16 hit the
accepting
bird?
this.
Oh no,
Hmm.
not my poor boy. A 16 does hit him.
So it flies up, and you're looking out of the eyes, and it just immediately goes black.
Yeah.
The bird doesn't collapse to the ground as it disappears, but falling on the ground is what looks like a dart.
Did any of us see that?
Oh, I mean,
A dart falls down into the alleyway.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of you. I'm looking at Omar. Clarence just got murdered by a dart.
Omar,
Oh no.
does a 27 hit you?
That definitely. I can't try to deflect missiles, this can I?
This isn't a missile.
Oh, yeah, no, 27 hits.
As you feel pain hit right at the back of your head, none of you notice this person approach, but the thwack of a quarterstaff for 14 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
And on
You
X.
idiot! And you see a small halfling standing behind you on the ground.
Oh, I'm so. Oh lord. I kneel. Like, put my head down.
Actually, will like just immediately jump down, seeing the
Get
one kneeling.
I get up. This is who I think it is, right?
Yes.
Oh god. Okay.
Can I get
First
an
of all-
explanation?
Yes. Yes. We were to send a letter, and we thought
You
it
came
would
here
be
to
faster.
send a letter.
Well, because we were in the area, so we thought it would be faster
Why
to
were
send
you
it
in
from
the
here.
area?
Because I had received a letter, and so I.
Is this your mother?
Who are they? All of them. I know that one.
They-
Who are they?
These are sellswords-ish. Not really. They helped us in our troubles.
Oh, they're more
They're-
names. Adri Thessel. Hold out his
Oh.
hand.
Adri Thessel.
Mark.
Yes.
Why'd you
Marcus
pick that one
Dragon.
up?
I don't know. Because he knew the area that we were. He was good for information at the time.
Well, Adri, my name is Man of Pendizin.
Hello there.
Hello. And you, the rest of you, who are you?
Marcus Dragon.
Dundragon, Marcus, nice to meet you.
I'm Mary Mall. You can call me Hilda. Hi.
Hilda, nice meeting you.
Yes, I'm Bearsnick. I am not a sellsword, just to be clear.
I see.
You killed my bird.
Kind of just gives you a glare.
That's 10 gold. I don't have that.
Be
I thought we were
quiet.
supposed to be
Stop
cooperative.
talking.
Reaches in, throws a platinum at you. Be more discreet. As you have no doubtedly noticed, things are not going great here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're recruited. We've been.
We're
No kidding.
So now
Yeah.
you're gonna go march over to Begudrin as soldiers of the crown, I
No.
presume.
No.
Well, what
No,
else are you
no,
gonna do?
no.
You got yourself into this.
Leave.
Good luck.
I mean, what happens if we just don't show up?
Probably be tried as traitors.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they don't necessarily know.
I can't do
Us.
that. I gave them my name.
Does a 22 hit? Just short of damage that would knock you out.
You idiot!
No, the reason for the questioning. I thought it was for trespassing upon our land, but it was not, clearly. I'm sorry. Oh,
Your name
God.
are
The rest of
official
us gave false
registers.
names.
I noticed.
Ugh.
And then you're
Oh
out
wow,
po-
you can hear a lot.
And then you're out poking around outside of the tower. You almost opened up the basement.
I didn't. I thought about that, and I did not. I did not do that. You were what? I did not.
I'm aware that you didn't. I was watching you. Been watching you since you came into the city.
Oh, Lord. And you couldn't tell us that maybe things were
You
not
were
going
never away from people.
That's fair, that's fair. We were never away from people. Oh, Lord.
Wait, so do you just like not exist here? Like, well, of course you exist here, but like not exist here.
You explain it to them.
She is here. We are here to gather some information. And it seems that we have fallen.
She's
Out
just
of our good
staring at
grace
you and
is-
watching to see what you're going to disclose.
And it seems that we have fallen out of grace with.
Seems that way. I worked in the building there that Omar was so brashly poking around the outside of.
Yes.
Needless to say that I don't work there now.
Right. This was a different
And
class.
that building is your home, or
Formerly, the local headquarters of the Glass Eagle.
Right,
least for this
Glass
region.
Eagle. And
Formerly,
you
before
are
the
a
Crown
glass.
decided to shut us down.
B.
Wait, so is the Glass Eagle a faction from the Crown, or?
You haven't told them very much, have you?
No, I was trying
No,
to
it was
keep
a
it
problem at one
discreet.
point.
Good!
Yes.
It's the first good thing you've done.
Oh, don't say that in front of
Sent you up
Theodore.
to
Just-
Goal swerve to keep you out of the way.
Just as an aside to Brisnik, he's just like, this is the best day of my life.
I could
I've been
see
drafted
smile.
for war. This is the best day of my life.
Well, it does beg the question now of what to do with the lot of you.
What do you mean?
Well, if you stick around here much longer, you're going to end up marching with the armies of Dursk.
Yeah, no. Well,
No,
that's the
no.
thing. We're not staying here much longer. Yeah.
And how do you plan to leave?
I was
Through
thinking I could
gates.
get on like Barry's
Walking out.
shoulders, put a quick
Could-
trench coat on.
I was actually
Could
thinking
we-
the same
Your
thing.
perceptions. Keep your eyes open. The gates are closed.
But we walked in.
But the sewers are
They were
open.
closed. The gates were closed as soon as the prince started his speech.
Really should warn people of that.
Nobody can come in or out. At least not until the army sets out with all their new recruits.
Could
What?
we
Omar,
uh,
can I
Yes.
speak with you and Theodore in private?
yes, please do.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
Yep.
Can you, would
Is
you
it a
all
follow?
excuse us, please? And please do not leave this alleyway.
She
You're
will
safe
find
here
out.
for the moment.
No problem.
I will
Leo's
leave the
gonna
no, I'm
follow
just joking.
behind Omar and just turn back to the group and mouth, "This is amazing."
I'm just rubbing my
No, it
head
isn't.
as I walk.
Strange relation, those two.
So as you kind of get around a little bit of distance away, You both still have your insignia?
Yep. I will flip mine back around.
I'll uncover
You
it.
should pocket those.
Nope.
Yeah.
Word has it that things are not going quite as well as the eloquent prince would so have everyone believe. We got your communication back at the capital about the orcs in the woods. It lines up with what we are pretty sure has been going on. Are you aware of the contested city to the southeast that has changed hands?
I'm aware of it.
Word has it that the crown has completely lost it. And the crown's getting pushed back at every opportunity. Word has it that if something doesn't change, the entire tide of the war could be thrown out of balance. If that happens, the crown may cease to exist. They're bolstering their forces. Not with humans, not with elves, not with dwarves. They're bolstering them with some of the largest brutes you've ever seen, those orcs and some other folk that I've not seen before that stand about 8 feet tall. They're strong. It didn't take too long for the crown to decide that those of us who are not loyal to them, even though we have our own interests, are now enemies of the state.
It's awfully foolish.
Is it? You think a couple of people with staves are going to stand up to an army?
I think it seems foolish for the crown to make enemies of everyone who's neutral.
Well, that might be. In a dangerous time. They came in to raid the tower. We had 20 there that had not left yet for the island. None of them made it out. I escaped. And, well, so did someone else that you probably know. But they slaughtered the rest of the staff.
They killed 20 of the order?
20 recruits. They hadn't gone to the island yet.
Indicated yet? Alright. So there's no longer an alliance between us then?
It does not that we ever had an alliance, but a mutual understanding and the exchange of information, but it would appear that that has been dissolved.
And where are we lying on this war? Has anything changed?
I've not had any word from Brendanir since, well, for the past few days anyway. Communication's been cut off. I'm surviving. That's about all I'm doing. But I don't know how much longer I can keep running. I'm doing my best. Brelvor is sick. He doesn't get around as well as he used to.
Shame.
He can blend in, though, a little better than some, but he's too well known. I'm not sure what the situation is right now. It's a bit stressful, but it did not bring me hope seeing the two of you poking around in this city.
Right.
This was supposed to just be a
quick stop.
quick stop on our way. Actually, new information, we can just provide it to you. Directly.
Great, information's good to know right now. What do you know?
So, we came across this,
Rogue. Remember.
well, I guess, no, that didn't that's, come on, you gotta
Rogue
put things
member.
in order. No.
I feel like this is vastly
But
more
you have to
important.
put them in order. Well, the other thing is very important too, I believe.
Go ahead. Explain, Theodore.
There's an orb, or half of an orb. I don't know.
An orb.
It looks like there's another half to it that should be there, but it's not there. It looks broken, but you can still feel it. It's got a weird magical sense to it.
Okay.
It was
Not-
found in some ruins, and then
When did you get to ruins?
we didn't make it to the ruins. There's the other ones
That-
you met, the dwarves. They brought it.
That is why
Well,
we
they
had
had-
them around.
Is there anything? Oh, I'll talk to the dwarves about that then. But is there anything that you need to tell me that they do not need to know?
Oh, well, that would be what this gentleman was about to bring up. Hey, I was gonna mention the wizard Nutbud because he's a wizard. But anyway,
Wait.
uh,
Go ahead. Continue.
so we went to this town, and there was a person that he was saying he's a guy. I don't know if you know the name Demiastus, but at least that's the name he used. It's obviously not his real
I
name.
know who that is.
Yeah, well, he's dead. He was
He's
pretending to
dead?
be a god, and he
That
was
sounds about right.
steering this town wrong. And then he said he was going to kill us because we figured out he wasn't a god, so we had to
That was foolish of
defend
him.
ourselves.
Well, that's
We had to
perfect.
defend
He
ourselves.
was drummed out of the order years ago.
Okay, well, he's dead.
Good to know. He was at
So-
least a destabilizing influence amongst the crown, but wasn't all good either.
Yeah.
I will mention there was after this we found this artifact. There were people in search of said artifact. A wizard by the name of what was it again, Theodore? I always say
Nutbud.
Nutbud.
No,
Had sent-
Nutbud.
Nutty Bud. Yes, what I just
Nope.
said.
I don't.
That's what I just said.
That would,
Butternut,
I believe
Yeah.
this is
Nudibud.
more of.
Nudiburder.
You can stop.
Nutter butter.
No. But no, I believe that. I'm not familiar with him, but I believe this is more of your department, not mine.
Yeah. If you have any means to send a message, I would greatly appreciate it.
If I did, I would have had contact with Brendanir.
Yeah.
Let's.
I'll,
If there's
I'll
nothing
try.
else, I would like to speak with these dwarves.
Yeah. I'll go get them.
We'll just walk over to them. What have you all been
that
doing
works.
this whole time when all this conversation has been going on?
Not
Waiting.
playing with my rocks.
Adrian, Marcus, I would like your opinion on something.
Oh,
If
Yeah.
so-
Hilda were to sit on my shoulders and we were
It
to
would be very
procure a
obvious.
sort of long robe, do you think that that would work? Because it appears that dwarves are not welcome.
I'm
I
very
think-
good at sewing, so I could totally make a great trench
I
coat.
think that they might think that you're another, like maybe you're like a giant, like, cause you're not like tall, but like you'd be a lot like larger.
a
I'm
lot
not,
bigger than
I'm
normal
not
man.
standing on his shoulders. I'd be sitting. The spikes
We'll
would
give
be
it a
test
uncomfortable
run.
from
Still,
the
but then-
arm,
We'll
to
have
be
to give it
fair.
a
Then
test
like you would
run.
have like at least like a foot length going out, right? And I mean, I guess some
Also,
people
at-
have that much of a belly. But
Wait,
At-
hold
I'm
on.
not sure what direction you think this stack is going, but
What do you think?
We'll
I'm
give
gonna
it to
do?
Faye
Like,
to
your
test
pull
it
it
legs,
out?
right?
But
Your
about
legs would
now-
have
going-
to be on.
The
So then you
there's
would
also
have it.
the problem of
about
There's
now
also
you
the problem
see
that
this
you'll
little
probably just get-
halfling kind of leading the way as Theodore and Omar accompany her back to the rest of the group. Well then, I'd like to see the orb.
oh, the orb is just okay. All right.
Oh,
I'll pull the orb out and hand it to her.
This is fascinating.
Quite. It's quite warm.
all right.
Don't
Theodore,
burn
were you
yourself.
able to ascertain anything about this?
There's something around it. There's like a field or something. I can't get any specific details. There's something protecting it.
Well, we'll see about that. Sets it down, grabs the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Holding up the
Staff.
shield.
Breaks. Oh, well then.
Yep.
You don't happen to have an
Yeah.
extra.
He has his, which he could just give to you.
You need more than me. This is fascinating. Where was this found?
We found them in the ruins, in the crater. In the
North of the
Dwarven
crater in the Dwarven
Yeah.
Alliance territory.
Interesting. Very interesting. There's been rumors that the dwarves weren't the first ones in those mountains. Perhaps this predates the alliance. I don't know. That is strange.
When you say that there's people that predated that, what exactly are you talking about?
Just rumors. There are texts and scholars that think that there was once a fairly large group of people that inhabited a lot of the region. A lot of the sands of the Grimtoll wastes are said to hide some of these cities under the sands. Adventurers have made fortunes over there in the past, but not much is known about the people themselves.
Like no information at all?
Not really. A few artifacts here and there.
Do we know their race? Are they human, elf?
Not human, not elf, not dwarf. There's something that came before. Not much is known about them. They may very well fall into one of the categories. I don't know. I don't study those sorts of things. But that's fascinating. Be careful with this.
Yeah, we'll
Certainly.
try to be. We may not be able to go back to some places because we were protecting the orb, and unfortunately got
You've been
overzealous.
on the job for 2 months and you already can't go back to places?
Well, it's not that we can't, it's that we're not
Don't
sure.
say we. Don't say we.
You were there.
I didn't kill him.
Were we?
We
God
were
damn
all
it.
complicit
The
in
Order
the
of the Glass
kidnapping too.
Eagle
so.
and the Order of the Sphinx go hand in hand. Didn't they teach you this?
Unfortunately. Anyway. What's your plan going forward?
Well, I certainly don't want to be on the front lines. Our goal was to go to the location where this artifact had been found to learn more information and send it back.
I see.
If perhaps we could go to maybe one of the stores in Fargle, perhaps for a fee, someone there who may be at least somewhat trained in the arts could get us to the outside of the town.
Don't count on it.
Right. I don't think I can leave until my name has been cleared.
What if we find the guy that was writing the list and we change it?
Either that, or, for the time being, I die. To them.
Oh, like you just are
Right.
dead, kind of.
Yeah, right. My parents
Okay.
wouldn't care.
I can attest to that based on previous conversation.
I would
Do you
recommend...
have
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just wondering if that would even be possible if you have some sort of friend in the guard that would be willing to pass that off for you.
My friend in the guard is the one who showed
Right.
up. He's not a friend. I would suggest getting out of here by any means possible, whatever that means. Where you go from here, I'm not sure. You can go treasure hunting for an artifact up in the Dwarven Mountains, but I feel like there's more pressing needs at hand. And
Could
I'm not-
you disclose locations of outposts or anything that we have along the countryside?
Desperate times, I assume. If they're still in place, there's an outpost that you might be able to make it to. I do not know if the Crown was able to find them or even what the situation is there, but it's a possibility. I would say your best bet would be head toward Idrin. By whatever means you need. It's not as large of a city as this, obviously. those of you from here, Omar, you're from the area, Theodore. Across the lake. On the other side. It's a city. There is a contact there that you may be able to reach if the Crown hasn't gotten to her. She was undercover, not advertising the fact that she was part of the Order. Go and seek out Sastrilda. If you need to. But I think whatever's going on, the source isn't here. The source is in Begudra.
Alright. Do you have any resources at all that we could use to pull off anything? A fake death, anything that you could... What do we still have that we could do here?
At the moment, not a lot. Both myself and Brelvor are currently staying hidden. We've not tried to get back to the basement. Everything was a bit quick and we got out. Perhaps working together we could gain access somehow, and then, well, we'd have a lot more resources then.
Right.
Well, I guess if we cross the lake to Idrid, and then maybe we can make our way to Begudrid. If we could see, maybe. I don't recall everything with any sort of specificity, but I know that in the Milson that leads into the lake, if it's possible for us to, if there's like any sewer passages that dump out into the lake or something
there are,
like that.
for sure.
If we could do that, then
If
we
you
just
want
have to
go
cross the
off
lake.
and pursue that, you certainly are welcome to. Or if you would like to help us gain access to our resources, that's another option. Are they willing to help? I know you two are loyal to the Order, but about them?
Well,
We're gonna
that
put
we
them
I
in
do.
want to
danger?
go to.
If it gets me out of here, I'll do it.
I don't want to get drafted, so
To our dwarves, so they don't.
I mean, I want to get out, and I want to go to that place with that
I meant
stone.
it's a capital. But...
your casual racism is off-putting. You
No,
know.
I meant in the capital. You do not have an opinion here. They're
He is from the capital.
Flaming
It's kind of
racist.
ingrained into him.
Mm,
right. What
problematic.
I'm
Okay.
saying is you don't have much of a choice.
If you want to assist with that, I can make contact with Brelvor and we can come up with a plan. Or if you want to go off on your own and work your way to Idrin, you can certainly do that.
I think my personal thoughts on this would be to seek out Belvor and go to the basement.
How long would it
Alright.
take? I don't think we have much time before we're expected.
We only have a couple more hours.
You've got about an hour before you're expected.
Oh, jeez. Less time than I thought.
It will take them
Is it
quite
prudent to?
It will take them quite some time to get through all of the recruits before setting out. I don't expect them to leave the city before... Probably the morning after tomorrow. What I don't know is if they're holding the recruits on site or if you're free to roam until setting out. It would be risky to report in, but it may be riskier not to.
What if we try to find somebody who has already reported in?
Well-
Maybe they could tell us.
Maybe. I need to see you all with Brelvor tomorrow. I will seek him out. I know the general gist of where he's hiding. Do you know of a place called Wimlairs?
Yeah. They have lovely clothes.
Well, keep it on the down low, but the owner of the establishment is sympathetic to our cause and
Huh.
has provided us a place to meet.
What a convenient understanding, welcoming family. I bet they have great lineage.
Probably.
Well, if they're understanding to the cause, could they provide us shelter until the meeting? Or would that be asking too much?
That would be asking way too much.
All right. Well, it looks like we quickly figure out whether or not we're able to report and then be free or.
All right. So as you start debating what's going to happen with this, you start kind of talking like, are we going to report in? Are we not? As soon as you turn your head and look, the halfling's gone. And you have a decision to make. And a decision that you all will be able to make next week.
Oh.
In the meantime, I want to thank everybody for joining us again this week. Had a blast. This was not a combat-heavy session, but was pretty exciting nonetheless. A lot of developments happened, so we'll be excited to see how this pans out next week. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And let's Tag stream, and it looks like he's in the process of learning a speed run. Let's send it over to Tag on the way out and go join his stream. But goodbye, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
I think it's called
That was stressful.
Good
I
week.
don't like
Have
that.
Bye.
Just literally climb up it like a casual.
How to
Get this started here.
So
Oh,
just
by the way,
hold up
actually, I
and
don't think your camera's.
Yeah, I think it just happened.
and just jump.
I'm aware. That's why we called it. And we're
Now,
Okay.
that's don't move at all. Just move your camera. There's a pool to the right